So, Chris.
Yes, Ken?
Instaquestions!
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 Instaquestions! Boo, 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 boo!
Never gets old. Today's question comes in from, once again, James Livitski.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean,
any relation to Kenneth Livitski?
I think he's a long-lost relative.
No, he's your fucking brother.
He's my brother.
Why would you? I give you an open opportunity to be like, that's my brother.
He's my brother. I love him. Check him out on Instagram, The Gentleman Bronco. Awesome artwork.
Which is still great because of that fucking movie.
I know.
It's not a good movie.
No.
But that title is awesome.
Yeah.
The Gentleman Bronco.
The Gentleman Bronco.
But yes, also, he's not my brother, but he's close enough.
Mm-hmm.
James Livitski!
James Livitski is asking, who are your top 5 favorite comic book artists?
You want to go first?
I'll give you a heads up on that, so
yeah.
I wouldn't throw you out, so give you some time.
Yeah, no, it actually was fairly easy. The only one that I snagged on was, and I'll go through this. So, right away, Eric Larson.
Okay, yep.
He's been one of my favorite artists since as long as I can remember. I remember the first time I saw him, he was doing Spider-Man. And it was Amazing Spider-Man 349.
Ah.
No, that's not true. It was earlier than that. It was an episode, not an episode. I can't remember. He's fighting Venom on an island. It's the second part of a 2-part storyline. Venom.
I remember that cover.
Yeah, it's the one where he's got the skull.
Yeah.
And there's like remnants of Spider-Man's mask on.
Yeah.
That was the first Eric Larson book I ever read, and I loved his art. And then, of course, followed his art after that. So then saw 349, 350, and then he moved over to Spider-Man.
Yep.
Just regular Spider-Man right after Todd McFarlane.
Yep.
And then read that whole run.
That run was awesome.
Oh.
His art was so good. His Sinister 6 issue.
Oh my god.
That was a great
You had
issue.
like the Cyber Spider with the Cyber Cast. Friggin' total like 90s.
It was a Terminator.
Total 90s thing, but yeah, like a precursor to the Super Patriot, which was later the Savage Dragon. And of course, that's why I started reading Savage Dragon, was because Eric Larson. So he's top of the list for me.
Nice.
Next, Frank Quitely.
Right.
Ever since New X-Men, always been a fan of his work, and like I said in our previous Camcast, we were talking about favorite runs and stuff. At first glance, I would probably have never have said, yeah, that's like one of my favorite artists.
It was a very unique style to get used to at first.
But within the second or third page, I remember just being like, this is crazy cool. Like, it's different, but it's like he's got a different view on how drawing things, but his expressions are great. The people look different.
Yep.
There's none of this, like, homogenization. His action sequences look amazing. You know, so yeah, Frank Quitely, and plus he draws one of my favorite Superman.
He's just got this really, I don't want to say futuristic, but it's mature. He's got a mature style.
It's almost like an Art Deco style, kind of like the Batman animated series.
Yeah.
Kind of like that, but a little bit more detailed.
X-Men 113 was like your usual superhero.
Standard
X-Men
superhero
and then when New X-Men 114 came out, like, that artwork was on another level.
Yeah,
I had never seen artwork like that.
You know,
because that came out at the same time as X-Force. Yeah, X-Force, and I thought the same thing about Mike Allred. Like,
you mean X-Statix?
What was X-Force?
Oh yeah, that's right. It was X-Force, and then it was X-Statix.
But Mike Allred again, like, that was art like I'd never seen before.
His art, though, Mike Allred, I've never read enough of his work to actually put him on the list, but I've always been drawn to it. Yeah. Because he's got that, like, pop culture Art Deco style as well, where you're just like,
so unique and different.
Like, I reread the Mark Waid Daredevil run recently, because Daredevil Season 3 is fucking amazing!
So good!
Better be watching that on Netflix, because it looks like we might not get a Season 4 if that's the case.
Oh, fuck. If they cancel, I'm gonna just fucking...
Especially the way they end it. Have you watched it all the way through yet?
I haven't watched all the way yet.
Oh, man!
I watched all the way.
They killed Daredevil! Anyway, yeah, so I reread his run, and at one point, Allred does, like, a guest spot on it, and, it's funny because Chris Samney, Allred, these guys all hold up really well, and it was, who was it?
Darwin Cook was another one that really...
Yeah, Darwin Cook, whole...
Rest in peace.
Yeah, anyway, so Frank Quitely.
Awesome
then, next on the list, Gary Frank.
Mm.
Gary Frank, he's one of my all-time favorites, and he just came out of nowhere. It was Supreme Power. That was the first time I've ever seen him do anything.
Yeah, I mean, he worked with Straczynski on, I think it was Midnight Nation. I looked up.
That's the one we were talking about, because I said Rising Stars.
It wasn't Rising Stars, it was Midnight Nation.
But it wasn't, because I looked back later, but yeah, Midnight Nation, that's right.
And his work is insane.
Incredibly detailed. Suits superheroes so well, but can also do, like, adult books and stuff like that. But I remember just, like, I feel like if Gary Frank wasn't drawing Supreme Power, I don't think I would have been as sucked in as quickly as I was.
I wouldn't.
I remember the filler issues, and it was just like, oh.
Yeah.
And it's still good.
Yeah.
But it's not as good. I mean, he's so good. His Superman is also one of my favorites, even though he's one of the ones that draws Christopher Reeves as Superman.
Yeah.
Although, actually, no, with New 52 and beyond, he does closer to what Superman looks in New 52 and stuff. But
his work is best though when he's got time.
Yeah, he's not.
I don't think he should be a monthly guy. I think he's good for miniseries and stuff.
Unless they give him a head start, though.
He's got to have a head start because him like I've noticed his art not being as tight these days in a lot of the more recent books.
What's he doing right now?
Frick, what did I just saw him on something. It's DC. I forget.
Anyways,
but it's kind of like Brian Hitch. Brian Hitch, if he's got time, beautiful.
Yeah.
If he's rushed, it's
his Brian Hitch's run on Justice League actually was really good when he wrote it and drew it.
Yeah.
Really good. It was it reminded me a lot of Ultimates.
Okay.
Because it was this big, huge, bombastic movie style thing, but it also kind of reminded me of Grant Morrison's run on Justice League, where it was this big, huge event. It wasn't like the Justice League were, helping stop fires in the city. It was like a big, huge, galactic, global event. Justice League was there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly. Brian Hitch is another prime example. Yeah. And you're right, like, especially towards the end of the first 6 issues, you could tell he was getting rushed, so it wasn't as good.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gary Frank. Jim Lee. Jim Lee is hands down.
I almost put Lee on my list. Jim Lee.
Even at his sloppiest, is still really, really good.
His X-Men is the X-Men I grew up with. When I think X-Men, I think Jim Lee's
Exactly,
X-Men.
exactly.
It doesn't matter. We've had new X-Men, astonishing X-Men, every freaking X-Men since, and I will automatically think animated series and Jim Lee's designs.
Yeah, I also actually with Batman too. I picture
same with Batman.
I picture his Batman, and I picture animated Batman as well. Those are the two. But even just his Wildcat stuff.
Yep.
You know, his Superman, even though I hated the run, his Superman, the book was great. Like, beautiful. Like, he's just a consistently amazing artist. And I feel like he gets better as he gets older.
He really does.
You know?
Like, there's guys that get worse, sadly.
Yeah.
But no, he seriously just gets better and better and better, which is insane because what is he, like, vice president or some shit now? Like,
he's up there.
He's a big dude. Like he's a big
deal.
Quesada over a Marvel. Like,
I would say he's bigger.
Jim Lee's bigger. Yeah, I mean, Jim Lee's a freaking superstar.
Yeah. So I mean, oh man, just so good. And then finally, John Cassidy. Cassidy. But Cassidy.
John Cassidy is
an
incredible artist.
The first time I saw his art was at Captain America 1.
Yep.
Incredible. Like, he
Just
took the time to do all the chainmail.
I know.
Like, actually said this is chainmail, because they always say it in the books, and some people do the crosshatch. He made it look like chainmail. His arts, or his fight sequences were incredible. Ultra realistic for a superhero book, but still absolutely amazing. His astonishing X-Men run.
Yep. Still
one of my all-time favorite runs. I've wanted to check out Planetary.
I've read about half of it.
My only concern, though, is the same thing I have with the Authority, is that you get a great art team or writing art team for one run, and then the next run it's someone else, and then the next run it's back to whoever.
Yeah.
Because
Planetary is Warren Ellis and John Cassidy
all the way through. Okay.
The whole run.
Okay. So I'm definitely going to check that out.
So, I mean, it's Warren Ellis wacky.
That was the other thing.
It's weird at times.
But then again, Mark Millar on The Authority was just fucking balls out there.
Yeah.
Balls out there. And it was Cassidy on that run too, wasn't it? Or who else?
Or was it Hitch? Hitch did Authority too, didn't he?
Hitch did. He did a run. I want to say Cassidy did a run too for some reason. Or no, might have been Quietly actually.
Yeah.
I'll have to double check. It's been so long since I've checked out Authority, because even though I really liked Authority, the concept was amazing. It's just Millar.
Well, Millar is.
Hey, do you want your superheroes to be raped and rape? Read a Millar book.
Millar.
I'm not kidding. I think every single Millar book I've read, almost every single one, like up until recent years, but like, Authority had a rape scene, or almost rape scene. I think, if I remember correctly, it was teased that it was going to be a rape scene, and it didn't happen. But Kick-Ass,
highly disturbing.
Heavily.
Amazing run. Really just tainted by a really disturbing.
Yeah.
And same with Kick-Ass too. The dog.
Well, yeah. And that's like hard to forget too, because that's visually like
that. It's in my head.
Like, I think of Kick-Ass 2 and I immediately go, oh yeah, that's right, that book.
Yeah, that book.
You didn't have that Hit Girl though.
No.
Which was good.
I don't think I checked out Hit Girl.
Anyway, so I digress. So Eric Larson, Frank Quitely, Gary Frank, Jim Lee, John Cassidy.
Yep.
Those are my top 5. I did originally have George Perez on here, because George Perez is fucking amazing. Like, I'm still a sucker for
You want a guy or someone to draw 500 superheroes in one picture?
And
get Perez.
Also, make sure that every single one of those 500 superheroes are actually detailed.
Yeah, and not just like a little colored blob in the background.
Yeah, not just like a Spider-Man, like the eyes and then a red dot. It's like you get the webbing. You've got, muscle. You've got the chainmail. You've got everything. Like, I honestly believe the pinnacle of his career was JLA versus Avengers.
That was amazing.
That was an absolutely beautiful run.
So good.
My favorite shot is like a ripped up Superman with the Thor hammer, like Mjolnir, fucking Captain America shield, and he's like, let's go. I mean, he's an old school guy. Like, he took the Kirby template and then expanded upon it. So, amazing fight scenes. Intricate, like I said, like you said too, intricate detail. The only reason why he didn't make the list was because I've read all these guys way more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a handful of books that I will, like the Titans run, New Teen Titans with Gary, or Marv Wolfman.
Yep.
George Perez. That's incredible. But, like, his is a dated style. These guys are all, like, new age, old age at the same time. Because even Larson's a Kirby student. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I mean...
but, like... I think I want to say a top 6. It's a top 6.
It's a top 6?
Because George Perez, or at least George Perez and Jim Lee tied for 4th, or whatever the fuck. There's a tie there, because, now, the more I think about it, I mean, like, really, it's hard to beat George Perez. Like, even Phil Jimenez is another one of my favorites.
Yeah.
He is heavily influenced by George Perez. He's got his own style, but you can see the influence by George Perez. But yeah, like, they're all just really great. All right, I'm done talking. What about you, pal?
Good. Okay, I'm gonna kick it off with Bill Sienkiewicz.
Oh, ooh, okay, all right.
He is. He's got this style that no one has. Like, you see a Sienkiewicz picture or piece of art, you know it's him immediately. And it was Marvel Masterpieces Series 2 that got me accustomed to it. Because I remember going up, like, Series 1 was Joe Jusko, all brilliantly painted, just gorgeous.
Jusko.
Gorgeous. And then Series 2, they got 4 artists. Julie Bell was in there.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Who else was there? There was a few. Steranko, I think, was actually one of them, too.
I was just going to say, Steranko was one of those ones. His covers were just fucking batshit.
Yeah. Yeah, Steranko. Whoa.
His Nick Fury Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. covers.
So good.
Like,
so good. The way he does blacks and whites in it.
Yeah, and then you're just in there going like, yeah, I bet you didn't do acid.
Yeah. But then Sienkiewicz was the other one, and I even though he did Moon Knight and Elektra and stuff before that, I didn't really follow those.
Yeah, I'm trying to picture his art, so I'm gonna go ahead and Google it.
Actually, I should have freaking worn my new Halloween shirt. I got a new Halloween shirt. It's Michael Myers drawn by Sienkiewicz.
Jesus Christ.
Beautiful. But yeah, so anyways, Marvel Masterpieces.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I remember. Okay.
This is beautiful art. But that second series of Marvel Masterpieces, number 1, the first card was a Hulk card. And it was this sketchy, just crazy painted. So coming off of Jessica and then seeing that, and I was just like...
Yeah, because Jessica was all clean lines.
Yeah, as a kid, I was kind of like, it's strange. I don't know.
Yeah, I love it. Like,
You know?
Sam Keith was another one.
Yeah, see, I love Sam Keith.
As a kid, when I first saw it, I was like, this is too crazy for me.
Yeah.
And then when I got a little bit older and MTV had the Max cartoon, which was great, by the way. I loved the Max cartoon. You know? I also loved how the style of the animation was very similar to Sam Keith. But now I look at Sam Keith's art and I'm just like, yeah, it's still out there, but fuck, is it ever good?
It's so good.
It is so
I actually got
good.
the new Batman Max on my pull list.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh man,
Yeah.
I almost want to go.
Yeah.
I almost want to go, especially because that Batman Ninja Turtles run looked like it was a hoot and a half.
I'm psyched.
So yeah.
So Sienkiewicz, he's got a style that no one can compare to. His New Mutants is one of the fucking nicest X-Men runs in history. Easily, so good. And of course, Elektra, Daredevil, his work on those Moon Knight. So good. Number 2, David Mack.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say David Mack.
I love David Mack. I've always been a huge David Mack fan. I had all the Kabukis.
Yeah, you're the only reason why I read Kabuki.
Yeah.
I was familiar with it because of like Wizard magazine and stuff like that. Well, actually, mostly just Wizard magazine. Now that I think about it. But then you got into it, and then I remember I pulled Daredevil Bendis run right after Mac.
Right after Mac, and a lot of people did that because Mac was pretty much right before.
Well, that was the was it the Hard Boiled one? Hard Boiled, I want to say, was right after Mac.
I think so. I mean, like...
Because that's the one where he beats the fuck out of Bullseye. And Bullseye actually does the scar, like in the movie.
Well, that was... Didn't he do that in the Target? In that Kevin Smith mini?
Yeah, but, like, he had the tattoo.
Okay.
And then, like, that's where, like, they end off and, like, Daredevil's calling him Lester. He's like, yeah, Lester.
Yeah.
You think I don't know who you are? I know everything about you. I could have gotten you at any point in time. Like, just... verbally abusing while he's beating the fuck out of him. Then he takes the rock and goes, Bullseye? Yeah, I don't think so. I was like, holy shit! And I think that's the one that ends into the Daredevil Kingpin run. Almost immediately into the Kingpin, where he beats the fuck out of Kingpin and says, that's it. I'm the Kingpin now. And then later the Murdoch Papers. That whole run was amazing.
That whole, like...
But anyway,
that whole series.
Getting back to David Mack. I don't know. Talk too much over you.
He's a great writer too, though. He's a great writer because
I don't remember the Kabuki stuff. I don't remember if I enjoyed it immensely.
He's someone that really grew and changed with every single volume of Kabuki.
Oh yeah, that I can
you look at Circle of Blood, the first one. It's all black and white, classic comic style. A very not espionage, but like a noir type of story.
You know what the art kind of reminded me of? Kind of like Jim O'Barr. From The Crow.
Yeah.
That one
very similar
style, but the same idea, black and
white. Bendis
white.
did the same thing when he was drawing on his independent books.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
So like Jinx and Goldfish and all that, he had the same dark blacks, just same kind of style. I mean, they were all buddies, right? Yeah, but then he started to get more into painting, and then it became more abstract, and then he's doing cutouts and like again, like Sienkiewicz. An artist where like you can't compare. Like there's only one David Mack.
Exactly. It's I agree completely. Yeah. And I have to say like the original Kabuki run was like nothing standout in terms of the pictures. What?
Oh my ear.
Oh. Somebody's trying to get a hold of me.
Oh, it's like a song.
No,
it's sound like vibrations.
Yeah. The locomotion.
Oh, locomotion. Yeah. So yeah,
like I was saying, like, and then, but once you see anything after that run, you're just like, you know right away it's David Mack. That's one of the things. It's kind of like a George Perez. Like you go, yep, David Mack.
David Mack,
100%.
That's the thing. Like the artists on my list. I mean, well, for me, next is Ryan Otley.
Yeah.
We've talked about how much I love Invincible. Ryan Otley drew probably 95% of that run. his art. And again, like, you look at early Invincible and then later Invincible and now Amazing Spider-Man, like, he's consistently getting better and better and better and better.
Consistently getting better and
Well,
better.
still keeping the look that you go, that's Ryan Ollie.
Yeah, exactly. He hasn't changed his style to the point where you're like, who is this?
Yeah.
Whereas, but even what I was saying, like, when we talked about, Invincible stuff, what I loved was that it is this cartoony anime style almost.
Mm-hmm.
Not, I shouldn't say anime, but it's a very animated type of a feel to it, with bright colors and everything. So then when you get to, like, you turn the page and there's a scene where some guy's arm is, like, literally through another guy's torso, and you see the, ligaments, and you see intestines,
everything,
and blood, and chunks of, like, torso through this guy, and they don't shy away from everything. It's so jarring when you see that.
I know.
You're like, whoa.
You weren't expecting that.
Fuck. And then after you see something like that, so, like, they kind of train you to expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
But it never changes when you do this, and then it's a new gory fucking scene. But his expressiveness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I remember when you had Mark get raped by the woman Viltrumite.
You see just the tears and, like, the saliva in his mouth as he screams.
And then the aftermath.
Yeah.
When just little moments where, like, Eve goes to touch him and he pulls away, or she wants to have sex with him and he doesn't because he's still feeling the emotional effects of this.
Yeah.
And you can see it in his face. You feel it coming out of the book. Like, I mean, yeah, that's a very good pick. That's a very good pick.
Love Oddly. And that's the reason why I'm buying Amazing Spider-Man again for the first time in, like, 12 years. Put Ryan Ollie on the book. All right, I guess I'm going to read it.
Spencer's actually been doing a really good job.
Spencer is actually doing a really good job.
The follow-up with the Bacalo is also really good, too.
The follow-up?
Well, yeah, because
and the
Otley's taking a break.
It's Ramos.
Ramos. And Ramos is actually really good.
Humberto is another artist. Really like that. Humberto Ramos.
Yeah.
Great artist.
Started off with Impulse.
Mm-hmm.
You can see a progression. His Spider-Man is looking really good right now.
Really good. Like, it's a lot tighter than it was, like, back when he started on the Spidey books. He was doing Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He drew an awesome Venom in that run,
Oh,
though.
yeah. But, like, and it's weird because at first I thought, I don't know if Ramos is going to be a good compliment. Because I kind of like when they do, if they're going to trade off artists, if the artists have some form of similarity.
Yeah.
So it doesn't immediately just go, oh, okay, right? Like, it doesn't throw you off. But this is working out really good so far.
No, very, very much so. Next is Adam Kubert.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Adam, to me, is the definitive Wolverine artist.
Yes.
I started reading Wolverine when Kubert was doing Wolverine.
And it's funny that you mentioned that because that's who I pictured doing Wolverine.
Yeah.
It's Jim Lee and Adam Kubert.
Yeah. Like, the
Those
Adam Kubert Wolverine, like, Adrian's got tattoos. She's always like, oh, you're going to get a tattoo one day? She'll want me to get that. And if I did...
Ryan got a tattoo. Bored Lucy?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What do you got?
He got an owl.
Yeah?
With the Tool third eye.
Nice.
Yeah, he sent me an unfinished pic that looks pretty bitchin'. But, hey, name drop, Ryan Bortolucci.
Boom! Hello, Ryan.
Yeah. Yeah, sweet. I can't wait to see it.
So, yeah,
but anyway.
If I got a tattoo, it'd be a Kubert Wolverine.
Oh, yeah.
Because the amount of awesome Wolverine covers that he did during his run, so good. So good. So, yeah, no, I mean, I love all the Kubert artists. Joe Kubert, amazing. Andy, awesome.
See, Joe Kubert, I wasn't a huge fan of, but, like, you can see the school.
Yeah.
Like, you can see where Andy and Adam got it from.
I love Joe's art. I just didn't really so much care for a lot of the characters he was working on. Like, Sergeant Rock didn't really do anything for me kind of thing.
Yeah,
right?
no, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I get it. But, I don't know. I mean...
Emma Kubert, Andy's daughter, her art's looking amazing.
I didn't even realize that she drew.
Yeah, she's doing a brand new book. She just completed the Kubert school for like 3 years or whatever, and she's doing a book with Billy Tucci right now. With
wow.
Dynamite called Miss Fury.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to check that out.
Looks really good. Looks a lot like her dad's art.
Nice.
Yeah, really good. So yeah, Adam Kubert. And then lastly, this is going to probably like be strange to a lot of people off, Clayman.
Interesting.
I love Clayman's art. I love Clayman's art to the point where when I first saw him doing X-Men, because he was doing a lot of X-Men back in like the early 2000s.
Okay.
I went, this is a guy that if I ever did a Tridon comic, I would throw all my money at this guy to get him to do it.
Clayman.
His art,
Why can't I picture
his art is incredible. He's bouncing back and forth on issues with Tom King right now with Batman. He's actually doing the Heroes in Crisis miniseries.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes. Actually, yeah. Clayman's a really good artist.
Amazing
really
artist.
Good artist.
Amazing.
I'm gonna say really good. I'm not gonna say amazing.
To me, amazing artist. So that's my top 5. I almost threw in Sam Keith, Jim Lee. I was thinking of J. Scott Campbell.
See, it's tough because there's so many.
There's so many good ones, and I always like those ones that have their own unique style to them. Dave Johnson, another great artist.
Yeah, Dave Johnson. Yeah. Cameron Stewart.
Cameron Stewart.
Yep. A lot of the guys that work with, I find a lot of the guys that work with Grant Morrison, I really like. Even Yannick Paquette, I'm not a huge fan of, but it depends on the book. Like the Wonder Woman stuff they did was really good. Yep. I really liked that.
I haven't really seen his art since he did Marvel. He did a lot of Ultimate X-Men at Marvel. Dave Gibbons, yeah. Absolutely.
Really, really good. Like, that Watchmen stuff wouldn't have been nearly as good without Dave Gibbons.
Yeah, no, his art was incredible. I think Watchmen's overrated, but the art,
yeah.
Top notch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But, like, and that's the thing. So, like, my top 5 is right now. I mean, it'll change at some point, I know, but...
It's kind of hard to, like...
Well, like I said,
to me, the top 4 was
George
easy.
Perez in there was because, you almost had to.
Alex Maleev.
Alex Maleev, yes, exactly. Like, we're talking about the Daredevil run, but
a guy where I'm like, that's Alex Maleev. See, like him and Michael Lark back and forth, the two of them.
Yeah.
Steve Epting.
Jay Lee. Jay Lee's another one.
So many.
When he first came out, he was like a Will Spartaccio sort of Mark Silvestri ripoff. Yep. Or actually more of an amalgamation of the two. Because Spartaccio had that sort of sketchy style.
Yeah. And
then... out of nowhere, you've got Jay Lee doing this beautiful Dark Tower stuff.
His Dark Tower was incredible.
And then...
especially with the colors by Richard Eisner.
Yeah.
Hoy.
Yeah, exactly. Hoy. 80 Granoff.
Yep.
Another one where you're just like, Jesus fuck.
Again, a great cover artist and a guy that they're going to have doing interiors needs a lot of time.
But even still, though.
Because I'll never forget the delays on that. The first 6 issues of his Iron Man with Warren Ellis. 6 issues must have took like a year and a half or something.
I mentioned Chris Samney. Chris Samney is that like old school, new school kind of artist. His Daredevil run was amazing.
Great artist.
You know,
Scotty Young.
There's just Scotty Young. So many. Mike McCone.
Yep.
Did a great run on Teen Titans.
One of my
favorites. Oh, Ringo. To follow up Tom Grummett's run on Robin, it was a great choice to pull out Ringo.
Yeah.
So good. I think he passed away, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah, he did. So rest in peace. I was a big fan of his. His Spider-Man work was also ridiculously good. His Spider-Man run was so good that I went, yeah, why didn't you do Spider-Man Forever?
Right. It was so good. What did he kick off? Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man? Is that the one he kicked off with? And it was Mark Waid writing it? Was Waid writing on that?
Or was it? I can't remember now. I'm trying to think.
I want to say it was Waid because I think it was the Fantastic Four creative team.
Yes, that's right. And that's another one, too. His run on Fantastic Four was fucking
he drew an awesome Dr. Doom.
Oh, man.
So good.
That, like, insectoid Dr. Doom, where he was a mix of, like, Dr. Doom and magic, like, the sorcerer style, like, the Gypsy run.
Right, yeah.
So good. Oh, man.
So many good
That's
artists.
What I mean, like, there's so many
really hard
great
to put, like,
artists. Yeah, like, it's just... Like, even then, I guess my top 6 is tentative anyway. We're going through the list, and I'm just like, Jesus, fuck, there's so many.
This could go on for an eternity.
Oh, yeah, well, once you get the ball rolling, right?
Easily.
Even Tom McFarlane.
Yeah, McFarlane. I was never a huge
Todd McFarlane fan either.
He's a great artist.
Yeah.
I liked his Amazing Spider-Man more than the Dark Spider-Man, like the just adjectiveless Spider-Man. His stuff on Amazing I enjoyed more. Because then he started to get darker and darker, and then that went to Spawn.
Yeah,
and
but like
still really good.
His Lizard run was crazy awesome. Like his depiction of Lizard and Calypso, just that was incredible.
Man, that was like a horror book.
Yeah,
it was creepy.
It was really good. Very creepy. Really good. Yeah, actually, you're. We could do this all day. Really.
All day. Fuck Venom. Full episode on artists.
Yeah, that's right. Save Venom for a later date.
Fuck you, Venom.
Yeah, because I even mentioned Will Spartaccio, and he was really good too. I really liked his art.
All those Image guys.
Yeah, all the Image guys. Dale Keown, I was a big fan of Dale Keown.
Pitt was awesome.
But even Dale Keown's run on Hulk was also just fucking incredible. Like, it just looked so cool that you had the Smart Hulk running around in that, like, brown jumpsuit, which made no sense, but still looked awesome. Even Ron Lynn, Big fan of Ron Lim.
Yep.
I was always a big fan of him. His Surfer was probably one of my favorite surfers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, up until who's the most recent one that did Surfer? Was it Mike Allred?
Yeah, it was Mike Allred.
Yeah.
Yep.
His Surfer was really good too.
Very Kirby-esque.
Well, yeah.
It's like my dad, he's got all his old comics.
I know.
And his old Kirby surfer books. Oh, so good.
I know.
So damn good.
But yeah. Okay. All right. So
that was our Instaquestion, our top 500 comic book artists.
Yeah. And counting.
And counting.
And counting because fuck, we'll get back to it.
Thanks, James, for the great question.
Any final mentions before we sign off?
Oh, man. It's just going through my head right now.
Tony Daniel.
The list just continues.
Tony Daniel is also one of the best Batman artists out there. He's also really good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great artist.
Anyway.
Fiona Staples. I love
Marcus Toe.
I love her art in this.
Yeah, Fiona
book right
Staples.
here.
Fiona Staples is so good. Marcus Toe is another great artist.
Yep.
Yeah. And I remember the scene where it happened because that was Mark Bagley, another one of my favorite artists.
Right. How did we not mention
How
Bagley?
did he not make the list?
Oh my gosh.
Because Bagley's one of my all-time favorites too.
Bagley is amazing.
Between his Amazing Spider-Man run, between his Ultimate Spider-Man run, between his Thunderbolts run, which I only looked at because he was drawing it.
Yep.
His Batman run. Bagley, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Bagley.
You're one of my favorites. Anyway, because he's going to watch this.
Oh, yeah.
He's at home.
He's sitting at home right now.
He's literally going like, I hope somebody mentions me in a camcast in the middle of Butt Fuck Thunder Bay.
Oh, who are these two losers with 2 views? I shall watch this video.
He sounds like an aristocrat, eh?
Yeah, this is Mark Bagley.
All I've ever done was just do my drawings.
My drugs.